The sun crawled up, bleeding over the horizon. Fluffy clouds drifted dot across the vast, empty sky. The morning air was crisp, fresh, cold. Light filtered through the leaves, dappling the dirt ground. On a quiet street at the very end sat a rundown apartment. Dilapidated, gray, this was Tuette's room. She stood by the window. Her eyes were vacant, lost in the sky. A dark feeling took hold, gentle yet lingering, like a cold breeze, whistling through the room. Her heart was restless. She couldn't say why. She held a glass, stirring it slowly. The liquid swirled milk-white, coffee-black, merging into a muddy brown. She raised it to her lips, about to take a sip. Suddenly, her phone buzzed, the screen read, "Kwong." She picked up. "Hello, yeah, it's me." Why the early call? Kwong's voice crackled through. "Are you awake yet?" "Yeah, I'm up. Getting ready for work," he chuckled. "Normally you're dead to the world. I was gonna wake you." The Devil's Proposal, Chapter 1. His words made her smile. "I do get up early sometimes. You make me sound so lazy. Are you at work?" "Yeah, already at the office." "Did you eat breakfast?" "Don't worry," he said. "I'm stuffed. But what about you?" "Don't skip your meal again." "I won't. I'll grab a bite." "Need a ride to work?" "No, you're already there." "But why the call? Is something up?" Kwong went silent. He seemed distracted, studying something. "What is it? Is something wrong?" "Oh, nothing. Just wondering. Any overtime today?" "No. Why?" "You want to go somewhere?" "Yeah, let's do dinner." "I'll pick you up tonight. Don't bother," she said. "I'll just meet you there." "No, let me pick you up. I want us to walk a bit." Tuette hesitated, then agreed. "Fine. See you at 7. He let out a sigh, pure relief. "Good. See you then. I'm heading in now." "Okay. Have a good day." "You too. See ya." She hung up, time to face the grind. She worked for a startup, a small media firm. The pay was barely enough. Just living paycheck to paycheck, it was exhausting. Heavy pressure on her thin, fragile shoulders. A sister still in school. Aging parents back home. They were too weak to work the fields anymore. Everything fell on Tuyet. She saved every penny. Scrimp and save, barely eating, never spending on herself. She sent it all back home, but it never felt like enough. Time slipped away. At her desk, she ate a dry sandwich, working until the light faded. The sun died in the west. Twilight swallowed the city. Tuet looked up. Her body ached. She stretched, looking out the small window. Rush hour. Crowds surged like a tide. Horns blared, constant, piercing. Her co-workers packed up. Tuet checked the clock. She remembered her date, shutting down the computer. She rushed out, her battered old bike, merged into the chaos, struggling through the heat. She finally reached home. Sweat soaked her shirt. Before she could even park, Mrs. Lone, the landlord, was already there. Her voice was loud, harsh. "Tuet, it's the end of the month. Pay up or get out. I have others waiting." Tuet kicked the stand, wiping sweat from her eyes. She tried to stay polite. "Mrs. Lone, please. Give me a few days. My check is late. By the 7th or 8th, I'll have it all for you. Please, understand." The landlord scowled. She let out a long sigh. pretending to care. I want to be patient, Tuet, but who understands for me? Business is business. If I let you slide, what then? What do I tell the others? Do me a favor. Get me that money. Her voice turned sharp. Listen, this is the last time. If you don't have it, leave the room for someone else. People are asking for it. I've been too kind to you. Tuet's heart sank. I know. Thank you. I'll have it by the first, I promise. The woman nodded. Then she looked closer at Tuet. Why do you look so haggard? Go inside. Rest, eat. Tuet forced a weak smile. I haven't been eating well. I've lost some weight. The landlord patted her shoulder. Poor girl, all alone, no one to care. Find a man. Settle down. Give your parents some peace. Tuet just nodded. I'm trying. Maybe the right one hasn't come. Anyway, it's almost 6. Are your grandkids home? Go feed them, the landlord gasped. Oh, I forgot I'm going. Remember what I said? She hurried away. Tuet rushed to her room, afraid to be late. She stepped into the bathroom, and froze, looking into the mirror. She was pale, gaunt, no life in her face. Her skin was ghostly, dark, heavy circles, like bruises under her eyes, red veins in her pupils, evidence of her exhaustion. When did she stop caring for herself? It was always them, parents, sister, never her. She splashed cold water, trying to wake up. The chill helped. She changed her clothes, a simple cream dress, small flowers. She smoothed her hair, a bit of lipstick. To hide the pallor, she looked again. A bit better, fresher. The phone buzzed. I'm here. You ready? Yes. Give me a minute. Take your time, he said. I can wait. She scrambled. She was never the type to dress up. Usually, she just went as she was. But tonight felt different. She felt a strange tension. She grabbed her bag. Kwong was waiting, leaning on his bike, staring at his phone. He wore a crisp white shirt, black trousers, formal, elegant. Not his usual self. He looked up. Their eyes met. They both smiled. It's been a long time since I wore something nice. He grinned. Me too. But you look beautiful. You should do this more. You're always just working. She brushed it off. It's a hassle and expensive. The money is for home, my sister's school. Everything else, he raised a hand. You work so hard. Can't you treat yourself? Maybe you should share it. The responsibility was someone else. She blinked. What do you mean? He just shook his head, smiling. Never mind, let's eat. I'm starving. He reached over, fastening her helmet. They rode off. It was a lovely evening, the place of their first date. Affordable, good food. On the way back, Tuet rubbed her stomach. I'm so full. She laughed. The bike sped along. Then Tuet noticed. He wasn't going home. This was the road to the canal, a place full of memories, where they first met, where they had their first fight. Something felt strange, an eerie silence. She went to ask him, but he was already stopping. Let's walk a bit, he said. She nodded, taking off her helmet. A few people were around. Old folks, couples holding hands by the dark water. Kwong stepped closer. He took her hand. Let's go. They walked in silence, peaceful to peaceful. His right hand held hers. His left was in his pocket, fumbling for something. Tuet, he whispered. She suddenly recoiled, backing away. Pointing at the river, her voice trembled. Who is that? Who is standing down in the water? Kwang saw her panic. He started to fumble. He looked where she pointed, but there was nothing, just a void. The water was dead still. Not a single ripple. Who are you seeing? You're just seeing things. I don't see anyone, Tuet stammered. Terror was etched deep into her face. No, I saw it clearly, a person, no, a demon. It was hideous. Kwang, what did it look like? Maybe your eyes played a trick. My eyes are fine. It was massive, twice our size. Its face was pitch black, eyes bulging out, skin swollen, bloated, like it's been submerged for weeks. Its mouth was a jagged hole, and the fangs, long, yellow fangs. Tuet backed away, ready to bolt. Her hands were shaking, turning ice cold. Kwang grabbed her shoulders, trying to soothe her. It's okay, it's gone. It won't come back. Look around, emptied. Tuet shook her head violently. Can we just go? Something feels wrong. Kwang hesitated. Wait a second. I have something important. Something I need to say. Stay a little longer. You're just overworked, staring at screens all day. It's an exhaustion hallucination. Just breathe. He looked around. He spotted a stone bench. Let's sit over there just for a minute. The Devil's Proposal, Chapter 2. Tuet didn't want to argue. She followed him, trembling. They reached the bench as soon as she sat. Kwang dropped to one knee. He pulled out a small box. Red ribbon. He opened it. A ring. Tuet, listen. We've been together 5 years. I've waited for this day. Our lives are stable now. I love you. My parents want a daughter-in-law, so will you marry me? Tuet was stunned. Her eyes went wide, but she didn't move. She didn't reach for the ring. The silence grew heavy. Kwang became anxious. Tuet, I mean it. What do you say? A single tear fell. She moved at last. Kwang's heart leapt, but she didn't take his hand. She just wiped her eyes. I don't think. It's the right time. Why? Why not? I just graduated. I barely make anything. I send everything home. Rent, food, my family. How can we afford a wedding, a life together? I can't even provide for a child. I'm just not ready. There's too much worrying about. I know all that, Kwang said. I've thought it through. Don't worry about your family. I'll carry that weight with you, and your job will grow. Your salary will go up. The wedding, forget it. My family will handle it. Just say yes. Do you understand? No, Kwang, I can't. I know you love me, but I'd feel guilty. It doesn't feel right. Let's just take it slow. Things are fine as they are. Kwang started to speak, but she held up a hand. She stood up. I'm tired. I need to go home. Let's just go. Kwang didn't move. He stayed on the ground, a deep sadness in his eyes. His voice turned low, distant. Tuet, all this time, I feel like you never think about me. No trust, no empathy. Do you even care how I feel? It's always them. Parents, sister, home. Where do I fit in? Am I not even worth a small corner of your life? If that's the case, I'm done. I'm exhausted, too. Let's just end it. There's no point. Tuet's heart skipped a beat. Something inside her shattered. She stared at him, shocked. In 5 years, he had never been like this. He was always the mature one, always steady. If he said it, he meant it. She was speechless. She stood there, frozen, because he wasn't wrong. He had hit her deepest fears. Their relationship lived. On his effort alone, she had been too busy, providing for others, forgetting him. 5 minutes passed. Silence. She tried to explain, to defend herself, but only 2 words came: "I'm sorry." Kwong gave a bitter laugh. 5 years, deep feelings, and it ends with, "I'm sorry," nothing else to say. Her mind was a tangled mess. "I really am sorry. I haven't noticed your feelings. I took you for granted, because I knew you'd handle everything. I didn't mean to. Kwong, give me time. Let me think this over. I'll reconsider the marriage. Please, just wait for me." He let out a long sigh. His warmth was gone. He looked indifferent, cold. "I get it." He stood up. He offered to drive her home. She refused. He didn't argue. He didn't beg. "Fine, you go ahead. I want to walk a bit." She knew his temper. He needed to be alone. She nodded quickly. "Okay, I know you're upset. Let's give each other space. I'll call you soon." Whatever. He watched her leave. She headed for the bus stop. They parted ways. Kwong wandered by the river. He ripped off his jacket, threw it on a bench. The cold wind bit his skin. He didn't care. The streets grew empty. The sun was long dead. No moon, no stars. Just a thick, suffocating gloom. Suddenly, he stopped. A voice called out, "Kwong." He looked left, then right. The path was deserted, only distant, flickering lights. Who called his name? A shiver raced down his spine. Then came the wind, not cold, but hot, like a wet breath against the back of his neck. His eyes went wide. He stared at the river. The water was like glass. Tiny ripples lapped the shore. Boats moved slowly in the distance. No one was there. He called out to the dark. "Who's there?" A deep voice answered, right in his ear. "Me." Kwong jumped back. He swung his arms at the empty air. Who is this?" No answer. Only the wind. Suddenly, his phone buzzed. He fumbled for it. He accidentally dropped the box, the red ribbon box. It hit the ground. The lid snapped open. The gold ring tumbled out. It rolled, spinning toward the edge. Then, asterisk plopped, asterisk, into the dark water. He didn't see it happen. He answered the phone first. A stranger's number. "Hello." Silence. He asked again and again. Nothing but a void. He called back, disconnected. It was bizarre, unsettling. He turned to pick up the box. His heart stopped. The ring was gone. The box lay empty. He pulled out his flashlight. Searching frantically, he looked for ages. Nothing. His eye twitched, a premonition of doom. His head started to throb. Dizziness washed over him. Maybe it's a sign. We weren't meant to be. Even the ring is gone. He rubbed his temples, trying to clear the fog. He took a deep breath. Then he hurled the empty box deep into the river. He turned to leave. He took 3 steps. Then a voice echoed, following him. "Thank you. Thank you so much." Then came the laughter, a wet, rattling sound, like it came from hell, so terrifying. It made his skin crawl. He didn't look back. He ran. He reached his bike. He didn't go home. He headed for the highway, back to his parents' village. He needed to escape. Tuet took the bus home. 20 minutes later, the apartment complex was lit. Voices echoed from rooms, clinking dishes, kids laughing. The smell of food, life, family, hope. But Tuet's room was silent, cold, desolate. She closed the door, shutting out the world. She didn't take off her makeup. She collapsed onto the bed. She pulled the blanket tight, curling into a ball. Her eyes snapped shut, then the tears came. She cried until she slept, burying the pain in the dark. Tick-tock. The night grew deeper, colder. Her window was still open, forgotten since morning. In her sleep, a face appeared outside, grotesque, rotting, the demon from the river. It was smiling at her. It called her name. Its voice was thick, like mud. She bolted upright, sweat soaking her back. Just a nightmare. Outside was dead silent. Everyone else was asleep. She felt hot, stifling. She decided to shower, to wash away the fear. First, she shut the window. The image of that face still burned in her mind. She grabbed her clothes, stepped into the bathroom. She let the water run. Then she heard it, a sound from the room, louder than the shore. She froze. She turned off the water, listening. Nothing. Just my mind, she whispered. She turned the water back on. Immediately, a voice hissed right in her ear. Hurry up. She jumped. Her eyes scanned the tiles, searching for the source. Her body shuddered. Everything looked normal. Empty. She shook it off, trying to stay sane. She finished quickly. She stepped onto the bath mat. Then she saw it, and her blood turned to ice. On her bed was a massive black shadow, sitting, its back to her, waiting. It heard the door open. Slowly, it turned its head. The face from the river, right there. A scream died in her throat. The room stayed silent. Then a wet, raspy chuckle. Hello, Tuet. She backed into the wall, trembling, dropping everything she held. She rubbed her eyes, looking for the door, ready to run. But when she looked back, it was gone. She was alone. Was someone playing a trick? Her heart hammered. She was terrified. It was nearly 3 a.m. She had slept enough, but she couldn't stay awake. She crawled toward the bed, watching, waiting. Whoever you are, what do you want? If I offended you, tell me in a dream. I'll make an offering. Just stop scaring me. *. Something hit the floor and answered. Her voice shook. I have nothing, only my life. Please don't take it. Just leave me alone. Silence returned. Only the hum of the fan. She drifted off again. Compelled by some force, she felt the mattress sink. A heavy, invisible weight next to her. Then something cold moved. It crawled onto her, crushing her chest, suffocating her. She tried to scream, but she was paralyzed. She looked up. Hovering over her was the demon. Its fangs were bared, smiling, red, bulging eyes staring into hers, wet, hairy hands groping her body. Every touch was a stab of pain. Its force was a nightmare, a roar of static. She struggled, drowning in fear. The words were broken, rattled from its throat. The river bank, waiting for Tuet. Tuet's panic peaked. Her eyes wide, staring, gasping for air. But her limbs were lead, frozen, paralyzed. Then a rooster crowed. The demon vanished, gone in a heartbeat, leaving only a dull ache and a splitting headache. Her body finally obeyed. She sat up, shaking. It was just a dream. It's daylight now. It won't come back, the sun spilled in. She tried to forget that face, that rotting, hideous face. Her alarm blared, time for the daily grind. She dragged herself up. A metallic clink hit the floor. Something fell from her clothes. She leaned down, something gold, glinting in the dust, a ring sitting there. All alone, she picked it up. It felt familiar. Then it hit her. The night with Kwong, the proposal, this was it. The ring he held before it all went wrong. But how was it here? It was thick, heavy, a white stone sparkled, catching the morning light. Inside, a letter was etched, a capital T for Tuet. Elegant, beautiful ... Her heart softened. She felt a wave of guilt. Kwong had been so quiet. She had hurt him. She missed him. I'll apologize today, she thought. She slipped the ring on, forgetting the mystery, forgetting the fear. It was a mistake. This wasn't his proposal. It was a curse, the demon's mark. A cold chill raced up her arm, frost in her veins. The room spun. A faint laugh echoed, cruel, distant. Outside, the city woke up, engines shouting, the hum of normal life. She shook it off. Just exhaustion, she muttered. She got ready for work, her mind in a fog at the office. The work piled up. She skipped breakfast again. Just coffee, bitter and black, until hunger began to claw. Tuet, lunch. It was Ngok, her co-worker. Tuet looked up, her vision blurred. Yeah, I forgot to eat. What's the plan? Everything sounds boring, Ngok said. Let's just walk. See if we find something new. I'm starving. They left the room, the last ones out. But as they stepped away, a chair scraped the floor. Click-clack, the sound of typing, ... fast, rhythmic. Tuet froze. She looked back. The office was empty. Dark screens, silent desks. Did you hear that? Ngok nodded. The chair, the typing. I thought someone was left. Maybe next door, Tuet agreed. She had to believe it, but the sound was too clear. This room was soundproof, and everyone was at lunch. Let's go, Tuet said. I'm losing it. They hit the street, crowds everywhere. Ngok led her to a bakery. Try something sweet, liven up your mood. Tuet didn't care. Nothing tasted good. Ngok bought a tray of pastries. They headed back. Ngok kept talking. Tuet just listened. Did you see Diane? Ngok asked. The new girl, fancy clothes, designer bags. Turns out she's married with a kid. Money makes you pretty, Ngok sighed. Unlike us, look at those bags under your eyes. Did you work all night? Tuet flinched. She found a mirror. Her skin was ashen, ... Her cheeks were sunken. She looked like a ghost, dark circles, deep and heavy. Her lips were bloodless, pale, white. She rushed to the bathroom, applying lipstick, trying to look alive. But her eyes, a mist hung in them, a dark, heavy shadow clouding her pupils. She washed her face, ice-cold water. She opened a pastry, took a bite. Suddenly, a voice whispered, "Don't." She looked around. Everyone was on their phones. No one was looking. She ignored it. She took another bite. The bread was soft, but there was no taste, no sugar, no butter, just ash. Her stomach twisted. She doubled over. Nausea hit like a wave, and Gok ran to her. Tuet. What's wrong? Tuet couldn't answer. She ran for the bathroom, vomiting bitter bile, green and yellow. Her body was rejecting life. I'm fine. She lied, just ate too fast. You look terrible, and Gok said. Go to a hospital. Don't wait. Tuet sat at her desk. Her head was throbbing. Sleep pulled at her eyelids. She tried to work. She opened her files, and her heart stopped. The data was a mess. Numbers jumping, letters scrambled, and at the top, in bold, giant letters, hello Tuet. She froze. And Gok, did anyone touch my computer? No one. Why my files? They're different. And Gok leaned and she gasped. What is that? Who wrote that? Is this a prank or a hacker? The whole office gathered, staring at the screen. Gia, the IT guy, stepped in. A few clicks, a few keys, he restored the files. All set, he said. Tuet thanked him. But her mind was empty. She couldn't focus. Everything was a blur. She checked her phone. Kwang's name. With a green dot, he was online. Where are you? She typed, I'm sorry, please answer. Silence. The message was delivered. But he didn't read it. 1 hour, 2, nothing. She called him. The number you have dialed is currently unavailable. Panic set in. He never did this. No matter how bad the fight, dark thoughts filled her head. She rushed to his apartment. The moment the clock hit 5, his door was locked. The lights were out. Silence from within. She knocked, no answer. She pulled out her keys. Click. The door swung open. A hot gust of air hit her like a heavy breath. She reached for the light. Suddenly a hand grabbed her. Wet, ice cold, holding her wrist tight. A raspy whisper hissed. Don't turn on the light, she screamed, yanking her hand away. Her heart pounded, threatening to burst. She fumbled for her phone, switched on the flashlight, then flipped the switch. The room was a mess, the bed unmade. A glass of water, half empty. He had left in a hurry. Then her phone buzzed. An unknown number. 066666. The message said, go home. Tuet stared at the number. 666. Panic swirled in her chest. Half of her wanted to run. The other half was curious. Could this be Kwang? Maybe his old phone broke. But the number, it made no sense. Kwang wasn't like that. He wasn't a show-off. He didn't play games. She typed back. Kwang, is that you? 5 minutes passed. Then a reply, a single word, yeah. Her heart skipped a beat. She called the number, but the operator cut in. The number you dialed does not exist. How? She texted again. Why didn't you pick up? Is it really you? The answer was instant. Yeah. Then another text. Go home. Fear took hold. She called again and again. Always the same message. Number does not exist. Tased. She looked around. She cleaned his room, locked the door behind her. When she got to her apartment, she froze. A pair of men's shoes. Strange, unfamiliar. Is it him? She whispered. Only Kwang or her parents had her keys. It had to be him. Kwang, are you in there? I would have come home sooner if I knew you were coming. The sun was gone. The hallway was dim. She opened her door. Creak. The room was pitch black. She reached for the light. Then the voice came, a raspy, wet hiss. Don't turn on the light. This time she didn't listen. She slammed the switch. The light burned her eyes, and then she saw it. A pair of legs, hairy, massive, bloated like a drowned corpse. They were slinking, retracting under her bed. Black, oily blood smeared across the floor. Slime and moss clinging to jagged claws. Touette's throat seized up. She couldn't make a sound. She backed into the door frame, face white as a sheet. A neighbor walked by. He looked at her with concern. "Are you okay, please?" she gasped. "Someone is in my room." Her voice was a whisper. "A demon." The neighbor blinked. "What? Are you sick? Do you need an ambulance?" Touette forced a weak smile. "No, I mean a thief. He's under my bed. Can you check, please?" The neighbor hesitated. "A thief? In this building?" He grabbed an old iron rod. He stepped inside. He moved with caution. He jabbed the rod deep under the bed. He leaned down to look. Nothing here. Not even a speck of dust. He checked the corners, the closet, the shadows. The room was small. Nowhere to hide. He walked back out. "You're just stressed, kid. There's no one here, not even a footprint." Touette nodded, but she knew that thing was not human. "I'm sorry for bothering you. I've been working too hard." The neighbor didn't leave. He studied her face. "Listen, you should see a priest. You don't look sick. You look haunted." "What do you mean?" He led her to the mirror. "Look at your eyes. Between your brows, that dark, faint vein. That's the mark of the dead. This room feels cold. I think something is following you." Touette stared at her reflection. Suddenly, a shadow flickered. Right behind her, a gust of ice hit her neck. The neighbor shuddered. Fear filled his eyes. I have to go. Find help, Touette, before it's too late." Something just whispered. Right in my ear. "I can't stay." He bolted out the door. He didn't look back. Touette was alone. The hair on her neck stood up. She acted fast. She searched the internet. How to drive out spirits. She scattered salt around the room. She hung garlic by the bed. She found an old necklace. Buddhist beads, a gift from her mother. "This kept you safe as a child?" She gripped it tight. She tried calling Kwong again, still disconnected. Night fell. She couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she felt a gaze burning into her skin. She snapped her eyes open. The room was empty. Only the sound of a lizard. Click, click, click. The clock ticked louder. Like a heavy heartbeat, she sat up, trembling. She kept the lights on, blindingly bright. Then her phone screen lit up. "Turn off the lights." It was that number again. She didn't move. She was paralyzed. She knew something was watching her. Then a sound from under the bed. A heavy, wet scraping back and forth. Then thump. Right beneath her, a raspy, desperate voice echoed from the floorboards. "Touette, Touette, it's so cold down here. Turn off the light. Let me out." Touette huddled in the blankets, eyes fixed on the edge. A hand reached out, coarse, hairy, black, clawing at the ground. She wanted this to be a dream, but the knocking was real. The voice was real. "Who are you?" she sobbed. The voice cracked, drowned in static. "It's Kwong. It's me, Touette." Her heart shattered. "Kwong, how? What happened to you?" The voice began to cry. A wet, rattling sob. "I was so foolish. When you rejected me, the pain was too much. I jumped into the river. And now I just want to come home. I want to see my parents, but the thing in the water, it won't let me go. I can't cross over. I'm trapped to it. She began to shake. Where? Where is your body? Tell me, I'll find you. I don't remember, he moaned. I only remember dying. And the demon catching me, I followed you home because you walked by the river. I don't know the way back. I can't find my own skin. Tuet's mind was spinning. Is this real? Is this her Kwong? How can I help you? The voice sobbed harder. I just want to be with you. I'm so cold, Tuet. Everything is so cold. Tuet buried her face in her blankets, wailing, I'm so sorry, Kwong. This is all my fault. I should have stayed with you. I was so heartless. She was drowning in guilt. Don't be afraid. I'll find you, I promise. She didn't see it. The shadow under the bed wasn't crying. It was grinning, a wide, jagged smile, waiting for her to fall into its trap. Tuet cried until she collapsed. Morning light finally broke. The sun was harsh. Her conversation with Kwong, it still rang in her ears. She rolled over. She tapped on the mattress. Kwong, you still there? No answer, just the nose of the city. The neighbors were awake. Her mother called her child. Lunch is ready. Eat now. You have school soon. Tuet looked at the clock. 11 a.m. She dragged herself up. Her body was stiff, aching. She checked her phone. A missed call from Ngok. I'm sick, Tuet texted back. I slept through my alarm. Tell the manager for me. Ngok replied instantly. Rest up. Take care. Tuet stared at the floor. She looked under the bed. Empty. Was it really him, or just a nightmare? She realized she had nothing. No way to call his parents. For 5 years, she had relied on him for everything, and she gave nothing back. I'm so sorry, Kwong. How do I find you? The room felt like a tomb. Dark, cold, even with the sun out. Her skin shivered. She had no appetite. Her stomach felt hollow. But she needed answers. She searched the web, filtering through the occult, looking for a way to speak to the dead. She found a name. A master of spirits, deep in the outskirts. She grabbed her keys. She went to his office first. The cafeteria was buzzing. People surging in and out. She scanned every face. There hung Kwong's old friend. Hung? It's me, Tuet. He looked up from his rice. He studied her for a moment. Kwong's girlfriend, right? Yes. Have you seen him? Hung leaned back. Funny you should ask. He hasn't shown up. No call, no nothing. We thought you two ran off, a secret honeymoon or something. Tuet forced a weak smile. I can't reach him either. His phone is dead. I'm worried. Hung. Do you know his home address? Dong Thap, Hung said. Kimland Village. I don't know the house number. Just ask for his parents. He looked at her, confused. 5 years together. And you've never been there? We were planning on it. She lied. Then he just disappeared. What a coward, Hung muttered. Leaving when things get serious. No, he's not like that. We just had a fight. He probably just went home to cool off. She scribbled her number. If he calls, let me know, please. I can't sleep. Hung nodded. Sure thing. Don't worry. It's just love drama. I'll talk some sense into him. She thanked him and left. She drove for hours, deeper into the outskirts, until she found the house. Master Dew's place. It stood alone, in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by tangled trees. It looked more like a shrine than a home. To massive Bodhi trees guarded the entrance. A guard sat in the shade, smoking a cigarette, looking for Master Dew. Tuet nodded. Park over there. Take a number and wait your turn. The yard was crowded. People huddled on mats, silent, desperate, just like her. Time moved like sludge. The sun began to dip. She drifted in and out, but something was different. A heavy weight on her chest. It had lifted. She actually felt hungry. Everything felt bright, clear. Then a boy walked out, the master's apprentice. Master Dew is finished. He is exhausted. Come back tomorrow. The crowd groaned. They shuffled toward the gate. Tuet stayed behind. Please, she begged the boy, it's an emergency. I'm afraid to go home. The boy looked at her. His eyes were sharp, piercing. You've been followed for a long time. The dark energy is thick. Whatever is on you. It's afraid of this place. That's why you feel better. He returned with a slip of paper, number 1, for tomorrow. Be here by 3 a.m. Tuet gripped the paper. I'm terrified. The boy felt pity. He took off a wooden bracelet. Prayer beads. Master Dew blessed this. It keeps me safe. Take it for the night. Stay in the light, he warned. Stay where there are people. He leaned in close. Half of your face is shadowed. It's a bad omen, the mark of death. Tuet drove home in a daze, clinging to the beads. The city was congested, rush hour, but she felt utterly alone. She didn't want to go back. What if it's Kwong? What if he wants to take me? Into the dark water, she stopped at a red light. Her phone buzzed, the same unknown number. The same time as yesterday. Go home. She stared at the screen. Horns blared behind her. She snapped back. She stopped at a cafe. The crowd felt like a shield. She ordered a bowl of soup, forcing herself to swallow. But the nausea returned. She barely finished before she ran to the back, vomiting into the sink. Bitter bile. She paid and left, driving aimlessly, turning away from dark streets. The sun vanished. Night swallowed the world. She looked up and realized where she was, the riverbank, where it all began. Tuet froze, staring at the water. Her bike slowed to a crawl. Suddenly, a collision. A bread seller's bicycle slammed into hers. They both went down. Tuet hit the ground hard. The prayer beads snapped, scattering into the dark. Bread rolls rolled across the dirty pavement. My bread, the woman wailed. It's all ruined. Tuet scrambled up, helping the woman, searching for her beads in the shadows. A stranger stopped to help. They moved the bikes. Are you hurt? They asked. Tuet shook her head. The bread seller kept crying. The crowd eventually dispersed. Life returned to normal, but Tuet stayed, clutching a few broken beads. A bad omen, a heavy, hollow fear. The night was moonless, pitch black. The river was a dark stain, lit only by flickering street lamps. Tuet shuddered. Then she saw it, a dark blue jacket sitting on a stone bench. She moved toward it, drawn by a thread of fate. It was Kwong's jacket, the one from that night, the night they fought. The devil's proposal, Chapter 6. She clutched the fabric, cold, damp, smelling of dust and river mist. She held it to her chest. Tears blurred her vision. Kwong, why? I didn't mean to say no. I just wanted you to wait. Where are you? How can I find you? A hot, heavy whine brushed against her ear. I'm in the river. She looked at the water. Something was floating, a pale head, dipped in and out. Blue fabric trail behind, logic vanished. Tuet ran to the railing. Kwong, is that you? Are you coming home? The shape drifted, bobbing in the current, close, then far. Tuet grabbed a dry branch, leaning over the edge, hooking the floating shape, dragging it closer. It wasn't a man, it was a fallen branch. A heavy coconut tangled in blue rags. It looked like a corpse in the trick of the light. Something tapped her shoulder. She spun around, empty space. She checked her phone. Midnight, I need to go home, she whispered. She walked back to her bike. The engine roared. Cutting through the silence, a dog began to howl, long, mournful, chilling the air. A whirlpool swirled in the dark water. Tuet put on Kwong's jacket. Suddenly, a shadow bolted. Leaping toward the river, she chased after it. There, on the railing, Kwong was standing, balanced on the edge. Kwong, what are you doing? He turned his head. It snapped backward, facing her while his body stayed. His eyes were blood red. His mouth stayed shut. But his voice filled her head. You're too late, Tuet. The ties are broken. I'll wait for you. At the bridge of no return, Tuet didn't see the horror. She only saw her lover. Don't do this. Come back down. Let's talk. He gave a bitter smile. I waited at your house, but you never came. You were afraid of me. Afraid I'd take you with me. Fine, I'll let you live. I'll stay in this river, trap in our memories. Go home, I'm done. Tuet lunged for him. No, let me help you. He began to lift, floating off the railing, standing on the water. It's over, Tuet. In a few days, they'll find my skin. Tell my parents I'm sorry. He sank into the depths. The water swallowed him whole. Tuet reached over the railing, reaching for the void. Suddenly, a wet hand rose from the current. It gripped her wrist tight, crushing, pulling her toward the black. She lost her balance. Her head dipped toward the water. Then the beads fell. Her charms hit the surface. The water began to boil. The hand let go. Tuet fell back, tumbling onto the pavement. Gasping for air, the river went quiet. Thank God, she sobbed. That wasn't Kwong, that thing. It wanted me. Suddenly, her phone rang. She looked at the screen. Kwong. She answered instantly. Kwong, where are you? His voice was worried. It's late. Why aren't you home? Where are you? Tuet, It's a long story. Let's just meet, please. I'm at your place, he said. I've been here for hours. Are you really there? Yeah, I wanted to surprise you. I'm coming home now. I'm right by the river. Wait for me. She scrambled onto her bike, driving like a madwoman. But doubt crept in. She called him back. Are you really human? You're not lying to me. Kwong sounded confused. Tuet, are you okay? I'm coming to get you. No, stay there. I'm almost home. The wind whistled in the phone. His voice broke apart. Then a dog's howl. The sound of screeching tires. The line went dead. Hello? Kwong, static. Kwong ran into the street. Searching the darkness, he found her lying near her crashed bike. Unconscious, a stray dog was there. Licking her pale face, Kwong rushed to her. The dog went berserk, snarling, lunging. Its eyes glowed with hunger. Kwong grabbed Tuet. The dog bit his leg. Hard, tearing through skin. He ignored the pain. He forced his bike to start. Racing to the hospital, Tuet was fading. Kwong was bleeding. Finally, the emergency room. Kwong was treated for the bite. The doctor warned him it might be rabid. You need a vaccine. Tuet was severely weak, exhausted, malnourished. She slept for a day, feverish, muttering, "Kwong, don't leave me. Don't die. Take me with you." To the river. Kwong sat by her side. His heart ached. He had no idea. He had just gone home to clear his head. He had turned off his phone to get away from it all. He didn't know she was suffering. He didn't know about the other him. Tuet woke up at 6 p.m. Kwong was eating a sandwich. "Are you hungry?" he asked. She just shook her head. Her eyes were vacant, sunken. She was a shell of herself. The doctor cleared her to go. As they left the hospital, the sun was going down. 8 p.m., Kwong helped her walk through the dim hallways into the parking garage. Tuet stopped. She pointed to a dark corner. "If you're here, then who is that?" Kwong looked. "What? Who?" "Right there," she whispered. "Why are there two of you?" Kwong felt a chill. There was no one there, just a parked car. "Let's go," he said. "It's getting dark. We need to go home." The wind hissed past. Kwong glanced in the mirror. Checking on Tuet, something felt wrong. A dead chill at his back, like she wasn't even there. "Tuet, sit closer. Be careful. You feeling okay?" Her voice was a ghost, a faint, hollow whisper. "Yeah." She sounded drained, dead to the world. Kwong reached back. He grabbed her hand. He jumped. It was ice cold. "God, Tuet, you're freezing. Are you burning up?" She just shook her head. Kwong hit the gas. He needed her home, safe and warm. He stopped for porridge. A roadside stand near the old embankment. The late-night crowd was buzzing with rumors. "I can't unsee it," a woman said. "That dog, it was grisly. Its guts were everywhere. Stomach ripped wide open, foaming at the mouth. And no one even touched it. It just happened." Was it the old man's dog? The loyal one? It went mad last night, howling like a demon. They say something took it, borrowed its skin for a night, then threw it away. Ghost stories, another whispered. "Don't speak of it. They'll hear you." The women looked at each other, terrified. "Let's just eat and go. It's getting late." Kwong grabbed the food. He paid and left quickly. Their voices echoed in his skull. A dog going mad. He remembered the night before. Then a shadow bolted. Crossing the road, Kwong swerved hard. "Watch out," Tuet cried. The tires screeched, stopping inches away. A pair of angry eyes stared back at him. It was that dog, the same one. Tuet gripped his shoulder. "Did you hit him?" "Hit who?" It was a dog. Tuet went pale. She stared at the empty road. "A dog," she whispered. "You only saw a dog." "Yeah, right there. There's no one else." They locked eyes, a moment of pure dread. Kwong started the engine. He looked back once. The dog was gone, vanished into thin air. Back at the apartment, Kwong boiled some water, helping her wash, feeding her soup spoon by spoon. Tuet was silent, vacant. Then Kwong saw her hand. Her ring finger, it was turning black. The skin was bruised, a deep, sickly purple. And there it was, the ring, his lost engagement ring. He grabbed her wrist. Tuet, where did this come from? Who gave this to you? She looked at it blankly. I don't remember. He tried to pull it off. It wouldn't move. It was fused to her skin. Tuet winced in pain. He tried soap, warm water, oil. Nothing worked. It didn't budge a millimeter. This is impossible, he muttered. I couldn't find this ring. Now it's stuck on you. This isn't normal, Tuet. It's like it's feeding. Don't take it off, she pleaded. It's your ring, the one for me. It's too tight, he said. Your finger is swelling. We'll cut it off tomorrow. No, please, Tuet, listen to me. You need to rest. I'm staying tonight. I'm not leaving you. She couldn't sleep, staring at the ceiling. Kwong, where did you go those days when you vanished? I went home, he sighed, to my parents. I was angry, stupid. I just needed to get away. I'm sorry I shut you out. It wasn't your fault, she said. I was being a child, maybe, by the end of the year. Suddenly, she began to cough, violent, racking. Her body shook. A fever spiked instantly. He covered her with blankets. Sleep now, we'll talk later. She drifted off, heavy, into the dark. Kwong opened his laptop. The room went quiet. Only the click of keys. Midnight approach. Then a sound outside the door, a wet, heavy scraping. Something dragging itself across the hallway. It stopped at the door. Kwong froze. His heart was racing, waiting. The door rattled, softly, gently, then a scratching sound. Claws on wood. Kwong crept to the door. He looked through the peephole. He lunged back, shocked. The dog was there, standing on its hind legs, front paws on the door, staring through the lens, with eyes that weren't animal. Hungry eyes. He shut the peephole, hands trembling. He turned around and hit something. Tuet was standing there, eyes closed, arms limp at her sides. She didn't feel the hit. She moved past him like he was a ghost. She reached for the lock, the door grown open. He couldn't stop her. Tuet, wake up. She didn't hear him. She stepped into the hall, barefoot. He followed her, flashlight in hand. The dog was gone. She walked down the stairs, into the empty street, toward the river bank. Kwong's skin crawled. The air felt frozen. He wanted to wake her, but he was afraid. Don't wake a sleepwalker, they say. Their soul might get lost in the world of shadows. She reached the railing, leaning over, waiting. The dog jumped from the trees. It sat by her feet. Tuet sat down next to it, stroking its matted fur. Her eyes were still shut, peaceful in a trance. Kwong filmed it all, his hands shaking. I have to show a doctor. She eventually collapsed, lying on the cold dirt, sleeping like the dead. The dog stayed still, watching Kwong. He scooped her up, and ran for home. The next morning, she remembered nothing, just the pain. A fever that wouldn't break. She couldn't eat. Every bite came back up. A week passed. She was wasting away, skin and bone. Her face was a gray mask. It's not a sickness, she whispered. Take me to the master. It's destiny. Kwong. He didn't argue. He took her to Master Du. They were led inside, to a room of yellow silk, heavy with incense. Master Du stood by the wall. His eyes were like fire. Sit, he commanded. Tuet felt lighter here, the weight on her shoulders. Finally, lift it. She told him everything. The shadows, the voices, the other Kwong. I see two of him, she cried. He tells me about past lives. He tells me to come with him. I don't know who's real. Her voice broke. Kwong held her hand. Tight, terrified. Master Du didn't flinch as a child. Did you have a dream, the same one, over and over? Tuet froze. Yes, she whispered. A man was chasing me, leading a buffalo. I ran to a river and I walked on the water. The man was swallowed by the dark. I stopped having it when my mother gave me the beads. The master sighed. A marriage contract from a past life he's come to collect. Kwong and Tuet sat frozen, wide-eyed, staring at Master Du. The master continued, I don't know what that soul told you, but he has waited in that river for over a century. He is waiting for you because of a promise made by your family. Tuet's voice trembled. What do you mean? In your past life, you were a wealthy daughter. Your family was powerful, arrogant, cruel. They stole from the weak. They exploited everyone, especially Sen. He was a poor laborer, bound to your family by his parents' debts. He was honest, kind, hard-working. And he loved you, the devil's proposal. The final chapter, you loved him too. But your parents found out. They used his love to work him like an animal. In the end, they sold you to a powerful official. As a bribe, when the carriage came, Sen chased after you, wailing in the dirt. Your parents lied to him. They gave him fake promises. They told him if he stayed and worked, they would reunite you. Sen was uneducated. He believed their honeyed words. He worked for years, long after his debt was paid, waiting for you to return. Master Du stopped. His eyes drifted into a dark, distant place. And then Kwong asked, did he ever see her? No, the master whispered, your past life was short. You lived in misery, abused by the official, beaten by his first wife. You withered away, broken by heartbreak. When news reached Sen, something in him snapped. The silence of the room was broken by fire. Sen plotted his revenge. He burned your house down. He wanted to burn with them, to find you in the void, but he survived. He spent the rest of his days as a hollow shell. Children threw stones at him, calling him a madman. He slept in pigsties with the animals. He tried to end his life, but death would not take him. Not until he found a sorcerer. He begged for a way out, a way to find his love. But you were already reborn, so he used a forbidden ritual. He cursed his own soul. During his final, agonizing days, he swallowed stones. He filled his mouth with sand. He sewed his own lips shut with a bloody needle. Then he jumped into the river with a weight of stone, becoming a demon, a water ghost, waiting for centuries, waiting for you to pass by. Tuet shuddered. Kwong gripped her hand tight, terrified. What do I do? Tuet sobbed. How do I stop him? The master shook his head. I am just a witness. I have no power over him. Please, she pleaded. It's driving me mad. Help me. please." Kwong joined her, desperate. "Master, save her, I'll pay anything. Just give her back her life." The master stayed silent, watching the smoke rise. "There is a way," he said, "but it is cruel." "Anything," Kwong cried, "but what if it requires a sacrifice?" The master asked. "A life for a life." They both froze. "What do you mean?" "The law of the river is old. To free one soul, another must take its place. That is why ghosts pull people down. They need a replacement for sin to leave. Someone must die in that river." Kwong stared at Tuet. "A trade," he whispered. "If that happens, will she be safe?" The master nodded. "She will be free, and if it continues, the darkness will consume her. She will wither and die, and she will be the one trapped in the water." While he moves on, Tuet went pale. She squeezed Kwong's hand. "No, this is my fate. Let's go home, Kwong." The master gave them charms. "Take these. They will slow the rot, but they won't stop it." They left in a daze, clutching the scraps of paper. Dreading the night, the cycle continued. By day they searched for help. By night, Tuet walked, sleepwalking to the river. She began to fade, losing herself in the fog. One night, Kwong took her to a small temple. "Watch her," he begged the monk. "Don't let her leave." Kwong went to the river bank alone, carrying gifts for the dead: incense, fruit, a roasted pig. He set a table by the dark water. "Sen," he roared, "I know you're listening. I brought you a feast. Eat your fill and leave her. The past is dead. Let her live." The wind whistled through trees. The fire of the spirit money crackled in the silence. Kwong sat on the ground. He wrote a final letter to his Tuet. It was almost midnight. He stood up. He tied bags of stones to his ankles. He climbed onto the railing. He looked at the sky one last time. Then he jumped. The water swallowed him without a single splash. The wind began to howl. A whirlpool rose. A black, bloated shape rose from the depths. The demon looked toward the temple. Its rotting face seemed to bow in farewell. A chain appeared from the void, wrapping around its neck with a wet, heavy drag. The demon vanished into the light. The river went still, quiet as a grave. Morning came. Tuet woke up feeling light. The cold was gone. The sun felt warm on her skin. She followed a feeling back to the river bank. A crowd had gathered. Police tape fluttered in the breeze. "What happened?" she asked. "A suicide," a woman said. "He left a feast on the shore, like he was caging a ghost." Tuet's heart stopped. "A man," she whispered. "Yeah, left his shoes and a letter for someone named Tuet." She pushed through the crowd. The officer gave her the note. Inside was a photo of them. "Take care of my sister. Live for me. I love you." The sun hit her hand. The black mark was gone. The gold ring sparkled, pure and bright, in the shadow of the trees. She saw a face, Kwong, smiling at her. "Live your life, Tuet. Live it well. See you in the next one." Tuet never loved again. She stayed in that room, caring for his family, waiting for the day to love him fully again. The end.